Beach Talk Radio, Fort Myers Beach, Florida. More fun than a jellyfish down your trunks. Whoa, whoa, boy! From the future home of the next Margaritaville Resort, Fort Myers Beach, Florida. This is Beach Talk Radio. Great beach music, entertaining local talk. This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Live from Peach Time Out in the heart of Times Square, you're listening to Beach Talk Radio with Kim and Ed Ryan.
And a good morning, everybody, and welcome to Beach Radio number 197. And we're coming to you live from Peach Time Out on Saturday, December the 18th. It's 1 week from Christmas, and we want to thank all of our sponsors right off the bat, as we always do. And that includes Best Western, Fort Myers Tiki Tours, Nervous Nellies, Margaritas, Sanibel Carts, State Insurance USA, Sun Palace Vacations, La Ola Restaurant, Tuckaway Cafe, Blue Ribbon Events, who we just heard from, Beach Pottery, Shuckers, the Farmers Market at Beach Baptist, Peach Time Out, and our newest sponsor, Island Carts. They are powering our new music station, which launches on January 1st, 2022. Hopefully some of you have been sampling that. We have it playing right now here at Peach Time Out. Great beach music and somewhat entertaining local talk. This is my wife, my sidekick, the love of my life right here. Her name is Kimberly Ann Starkweather Ryan, bloody, bloody, bloody. And welcome to the show. Welcome to the beach.
You're welcoming me to the show?
Yes, I'm welcoming you to the show.
Am I a guest now?
The first thing I want to say is there's a boat parade. There's
No, that was last week.
There's a bike parade tonight that starts at 6 o'clock and it kicks off at Junkanoo.
Right.
And it comes all the way down to Star Boulevard. I guess they have a police escort this time around for the last few years. It comes all the way down to Star Boulevard, goes down some side streets. I guess they play some Christmas music. I'm hoping that we can play our music. I have
you really need to play Christmas music.
Really? Without snow, is it really Christmas? That's what I always wondered. You need to have some snow.
No, I know.
But anyway.
It is nice.
So
you're going to be all lit up.
I
like
have
a Christmas
so
tree,
many
right?
lights charging at home right now that if I am not the most lit up person, like I'm going to have the GoPro. Here's what we're going to try and do for the first time. I'm going to have the GoPro on my helmet connected to the Facebook on my phone so that we can actually broadcast the entire bike parade live as we're coming down the street and we're seeing all the people throwing candy at us and throwing money at us and all that stuff. So, or whatever they're throwing pebbles at us.
If you're all lit up and you're bringing your own power, what's going to happen if it rains? Because that sounds like it could end poorly for you.
I'm a complete fire hazard if it rains tonight, but there's no rain.
How much is the life insurance again?
There's no rain in the
go out there
forecast
and do a dance
for tonight. But now I forgot what I was going to say.
I know it doesn't take much.
No, you were. No, I'm going to have a power pack. Like, you're going to have to plug me in before I get...
Like the Jetsons?
No, I have my backpack with a full power pack so that I'm going to plug in it's going to be like Christmas lights. And so
I would hope so.
I just hope that you're able to show me how to use your brand new GoPro that I bought you so that we can actually broadcast the parade live. So that'll be fun. Now, the second thing...
You relying on me for that stuff is
the second thing is
idea.
Somebody brought us gifts before you got here. And it's from the Marine Resources Task Force folks. Now, you need to open it up and see what it is because you told them that you never had anything from this place. And you're not going to... You think you know what it is? Now, open it up and show everybody what it is. And what makes sense?
Now
Look
it
at
makes
this.
sense because I ran into the gentleman.
I see. Look at this from Heavenly Biscuit.
Our biscuits from Heavenly Biscuit.
Which we've never...
So ironic because I just had one of the biscuits here today at Pete's.
You did?
And that was really good too.
We've never been to Heavenly Biscuit.
I cannot wait for this.
And there's some other, I guess you put dipping stuff on there. I don't know. He kind of explained to me how you eat it. And it was like, I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, so we'll take that. I don't know what that is. Open that up. See what's in there. More gifts. Oh, wow. Look at that. Show the audience that. More food.
Cinnamon buns.
Cinnamon buns. I see.
Wow.
See, John's already commenting. Contraband on the porch. Throw that in the garbage. Throw that crap in the garbage. What is that food doing in here? Get that crap out of here. We don't want that.
I won't eat it while I'm here.
No,
John.
she already ordered breakfast, John.
Yes, I already had breakfast.
She ordered breakfast and she ate breakfast here.
So fantastic.
We'll eat that.
Well.
We'll eat that at home, or we'll never eat it.
Man.
No, he's a big fan of the other places too.
Yeah,
so.
everybody,
Right.
We could have a biscuit bake-off.
So the other thing that I wanted to mention was our music station is like 2 weeks away, and you're even getting all jazzed about it. You don't really get jazzed about any of the ideas I have, so it's nice that you get excited about something. And we're going to do like
a good idea.
We're going to do like a community calendar. So if there are places out there that have things going on, we're going to every hour we're going to reel off stuff that's going on the beach. And we want to say thank you to our exclusive sponsor for the first couple of months is going to be Island Carts FMB. So we're going to tell you more about that as the show goes on.
The thing with the radio station, I was talking with some folks this morning, and I just remember growing up in upstate New York, very rural town, and the radio station, which you eventually worked at. But when I was a kid, the radio station was really the hub of the town because I mean, it was a big thing. We listened all the time. They had this thing where on your birthday, you would put your name in a hat. And if you won, you got a cake from the donut place there. And I still remember on my 12th birthday, I think it was, they called my name over the radio station. And it was huge. Yeah. It was huge.
And that has kind of changed because all the radio
over the
stations.
Years, right. You don't have that local feel anymore. You don't have that local representation. So
we're trying to recreate local radio and do it online. And I was showing some folks that we know, some people that are retired that were I'll just say it, they're old. They were sitting out there and they were eating breakfast, and she downloaded the app, and it was super easy. It took 30 seconds to download our app and to press play, and you can hear the music. And you can hear.
She did need help shutting it off, though.
Oh, she couldn't shut it off?
She pulled me over to the side, and she's like, I want to listen to the show. How do you shut this off?
You're right. We're going to figure out how to integrate the show on Saturday so that the music, it's a little technical for me.
It's a little thing at the bottom. And so it is hard to see where the player is. But
like if you went to see, I'm giving it away already, but if anyone's listening goes to their app store, either on Android or the Apple App Store, you can download Beach Talk Radio now. Even if you have it on your phone from the previous app, it was just a show playing in a loop. But right now, it's the music station that's playing, and we're trying to fine-tune the music and the liners and the things.
And we're all taking, we'd love to take your input.
We got some great input.
Not your input. Your input.
Now listen, there's some songs in there that are going to come out, like Van Halen's got to come out and things.
And I like Willie. I do.
No, we're not taking Willie Nelson out.
That one Willie Nelson song has to come out.
Willie Nelson is not coming. You see, this is the thing about music too. Everyone's got different tastes, but it's got to be beachy music.
Exactly.
Willie Nelson is unbelievable. That guy. Smoking weed with Willie.
I know, but it's just that one song.
Look, as soon as I said smoking weed, Terry looked over here like, oh, wow, what are they doing over there?
You have to get some Thorogood in there.
No, we're not playing heavy metal, hard rock stuff. Anyway, so this is some of the stuff that you'll hear on the station.
From
like this.
Future home of the next Margaritaville Resort, Fort Myers Beach, Florida. This is Beach Talk Radio. Great beach music. Entertaining local talk.
But this one, if you didn't hear this one at the beginning, this is a great one. Listen to this one.
Beach Talk Radio, Fort Myers Beach, Florida. More fun than a jellyfish down your trunks. Whoa, boy.
All right, let's get our guests on. Enough about us, dear, and enough about our silly little radio station that we're trying to start. We've got some great guests lined up for today, folks. The first person that we have on, our first guest for today, is Debbie, I hope I say this right, LoVerde.
Oh, that's perfect.
Is it perfect or close? Or all right.
It's perfect.
Now, Debbie is from the Community Education. No, she's from the Shy Wolf Sanctuary and Education Experience Center, and she is the Community Education Coordinator. Okay. And this is pretty cool. So thank you so much for coming on and coming in. Your location is in Naples, right?
Correct.
So
I feel so bad that I have not heard about this. So I'm grateful to have you on so that other people can hear about it. So Are you ready to get started? Because I'm going to be taking over today for a lot of this.
Right.
You
This
just
is very
provide
much
the
a Kim
comic
show.
relief.
Right.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved and about Shy Wolf in general.
Sure. Well, thank you very much for inviting me. First of all, this is very exciting. A lot of fun today. I am Debbie
You
from.
better smile because your husband
Wait
is
a second. What part of New York are you from?
Yeah.
Yes. So I am from Long Island,
Oh,
Nassau
wow.
County.
Yeah.
But we were talking a few minutes ago. We do have still a little place up in upstate New York around the Saratoga area.
Oh, very
right
cool.
Off the Vermont border.
Yeah. Where the racetrack is.
Yes.
Well, he's
exactly.
from Long Island,
Saratoga
too,
Performing
so I
Arts
didn't
Center
know
up there.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Where? in
Suffolk
Long Island?
County. Yeah.
Okay.
I could really tell you still got the accent from Long Island. How long have you been away from that crap hole up there?
Only about 2 years.
I see.
So it's going to
see.
take a while to get the New York
Yeah.
out of me,
Oh, yeah.
if ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
no,
go-
it's hard.
Do you go back to Long Island
Yeah,
at
in
all?
the summer
Oh,
we
why?
go back for a couple of months.
Oh, Nassau County is where all the rich people are. You
But
go
we
all
don't
the
go
way
to
out.
Nassau County. We go upstate
Oh, I see.
New York.
Very much
Yeah.
better.
So
All
it's
Well,
lovely.
Very much better.
It's
But I
lovely.
digress, dear. I didn't mean to
Yes,
interrupt
so-
your show.
Let's talk about how you got down here and got involved. And
So visiting the Naples area for quite some time before we moved here permanently, I had visited Shy Wolf Sanctuary, and I just fell in love with it. I thought it was just an amazing place, and I really enjoyed being there and learning about the animals and seeing the work that they did. And then through the years, I would just recommend it to friends and family who visited. And then I had the opportunity to join their staff about a year ago. So as the community education coordinator. And it's been wonderful. I've been around to a lot of different communities, and we have great programs that we do at the sanctuary. My colleague does the schools and camps and library programs. So we're really trying to get the word out about Shy Wolf because, like you, a
Yeah.
lot of people have not really heard much about it, even though we've been around for quite some time.
yeah, so how long have and what else do they do? Because it's not just wolves. I mean, it's
Correct. So we have been around since 1993. That's when the sanctuary
Wow.
was started by our founders, Nancy and Kent Smith. And they have been in animal rescue and rehabilitation for quite some time. So they started out with one animal, an Asian leopard, and one thing led to another. And once word got out that we were one of the few sanctuaries in the area that could provide this type of support to animals. And those animals are really just absolutely remarkable. And so the majority of the animals that we have, although we do have wolves, as our name implies, we service wolf dogs.
okay.
So that's a very unusual hybrid animal. That's not really a wolf or a dog. And so it is challenging when folks think that they can have one as a pet.
And what else do you have down there?
So we do have a cougar, also known here in Florida as a Florida panther, and they are beautiful animals, threatened here in Florida, obviously.
Now, what we're looking at here, they look like dogs.
Yeah, so the two animals that this volunteer is interacting with are wolf dogs. So we do have the majority of our animals are wolf dogs, and they can be anywhere from 25% wolf up to 70 or 80% wolf. And so they are very misunderstood. People think they can acquire them as cute little puppies.
Mhm.
And then when they realize once they reach sexual maturity that that's not so easy to handle, and their behaviors sometimes become unpredictable. And so that's why they will relinquish them to the sanctuary, or in the unfortunate situation, we do rescue for animals that have been abused and abandoned.
I think that too, people think, I mean, I've always been fascinated with wolves. There's a certain mystique. It's a very cool animal. So I think people want a piece of that. But then when it comes down to feeding, taking care of it, that's a whole different ball game. And they are, and they're not wild, but I mean, they have a lot of wild in them.
Absolutely.
So how likely are that breed to be domesticated, or is this?
So it really does depend. And that's really the challenge when people acquire a wolf dog, a hybrid. They imagine in their mind that they're going to get a tamer version of a wolf. And that doesn't always happen. Again, the characteristics can really look very dog-like, and they could behave very dog-like. or they could have the characteristics that really lend itself more towards wolf behavior. And that's when the challenge becomes in taking care of them. They are not naturally drawn to people. Many of our wolf dogs over time have developed trusting relationships with our staff and volunteers, but they're not naturally drawn to people. They don't have that level of curiosity. They much rather shy away from people, hence our name, Shy Wolf Sanctuary, than they would to approach a person. So we still see those characteristics in a lot of our wolf dogs, and of course the wolves that we have as well.
Now, how else, you mentioned that an animal might come to you, that someone might relinquish it, or you might have to rescue it. How else might an animal come to be at the sanctuary?
So a variety of ways. We do have calls that come to the sanctuary, animals that have been abandoned, animals who are loose in a community perhaps, and we will go to those areas to rescue that animal. Most recently, we went up to Chicago and rescued a group of animals from Chicago. So when we hear of a situation, we will travel far and wide to rescue those animals and provide a situation for them. And that's a lot better than the situation they were in. Some people will call us, and that's the best case scenario when they realize that they've acquired a wolf dog that they can no longer take care of. Rather than abusing, neglecting, or abandoning it, they will call us and say, "Can you please take the animal?"
When you say acquired it, how did they acquire it?
So wolf dogs are allowed in the state of Florida.
Oh, I see.
Up to a certain percent. You don't need a permit or a license. Once they reach a certain percentage, you do need a license to care for them. So people acquire them the way they acquire any other animals, sometimes through the exotic animal trade, through Craigslist and things of that sort, word of mouth. And they will acquire an animal that they think that they can take care of. We have a prairie dog, we have foxes, we have coyote, we recently got a fennec fox. These are all captive bred exotic animals that folks think they can keep as pets. It doesn't always work out.
I have to say, I saw the video with the prairie dog. It's very cute. I can see how people are like, oh my gosh, it's not so big. They look very entertaining, but it's not something I would, just randomly think of. So did the prairie dog that you have on the video was somebody's pet?
So they tried, but they are not necessarily a cuddly little animal. We do have some of our volunteers that develop a relationship with them and can handle them. We have two of them, Rebecca and Lena, and they are absolutely adorable, and we all love them, but they are from an area out in the Midwest where they live in numbers of tens of thousands of prairie dogs in communities, and so they're really not meant to be in captivity. And yet they live a good life at the sanctuary. So
I'm sure they are living high on the hog there.
Well loved and well fed and well taken care of, but that is not their natural environment.
It almost looks like a husky could get confused with a wolf dog. I mean, how do you know that you're not being sold a wolf when you buy a husky? It looks they could almost be the same kind of animal.
You don't know. And a lot of times there is a confusion.
She didn't say
Did you
it
see
was
her
a good
shaking
question.
her head like it was a good question?
She didn't say it though.
Sometimes there's some verbal, non-verbal communication going on here. Yeah.
Well, it was a good question.
Debbie!
Very nice.
So you don't know. You don't know what you're going to get. And yes, so a lot of our animals come to us, or people call and say, I think I have a wolf. And we do DNA test all of our animals to determine whether or not
you can tell.
And so through the DNA testing.
Through the DNA, yeah.
I mean, how do you know from DNA that it's I don't even understand how that works.
The DNA discussion is probably a little broader than we have time for.
Well, you were going to say it's a little above my head. Was what you were going to say.
But I mean, that's how they do it. Just like they do with humans.
So
how you can figure out
get
where
a husky,
you're from.
It's like ancestry.com for animals.
Dogs.
If you get a husky and the husky is a puppy and you're getting along and everything's getting along, then all of a sudden it gets aggressive. You think, oh shit, oh crap, I think I might have a wolf.
Maybe.
Or you think that the dog's just acting badly.
Right. You might just have an aggressive husky.
So how does a dog owner know to go get a DNA test?
A lot of dog owners
I've never
know
gotten a
about
DNA test. We've had dogs all our lives.
We've never had a reason to go get one.
And it's becoming much more popular now.
yeah.
So now people
lot of
want to
people
know
do,
when
yeah.
they
I see.
acquire a mixed breed dog, for
Yeah, what's in
example.
there?
What does a DNA test cost for a dog?
I think right now it's about $100 or
Oh,
so.
that's not bad
Yeah.
at all.
And then it's through, I believe, like a saliva swab.
Yeah.
Again, it's more
like a
scientific
COVID
than
test.
I know of. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's sent into the lab, and the lab then sends back to us the DNA of the animal. So it will tell us if the animal's 50% gray wolf, 50% Siberian Husky, perhaps, whatever it is. They are
see.
typically bred with northern breeds,
Mhm.
Siberian Huskies, German Shepherds, those kinds of
Malamutes.
animals.
Yeah.
Right, to
Right.
maintain that wolfy kind of look.
Well, I had a Malamute growing up, and we had Huskies, so that's
You don't
the
know
other
for
thing,
sure
like-
if you didn't have part wolf.
Well, that's true.
Well,
but
upstate
mine
New
were
York,
pretty-
you're not getting wolves in upstate New York,
Yo,
though, right?
yeah, you
Are you?
could, yeah.
Huh.
So you've talked about the DNA testing and then flying up to Chicago. How are you able to do this?
Well,
funding
we
wise,
took an RV to Chicago. We didn't fly, so we
no,
went on a road
right,
trip.
but still, how do you afford? How does the sanctuary afford to do that? It's a good question,
It's
right?
a good question.
Oh, hell no. You're not getting any bell for a lead on like that. You can't say that's a good question, right? I mean, come on.
Well,
The
we
gig
are
is
a
up.
nonprofit,
Okay.
Yeah.
obviously, and we really rely on the donation and the generosity of the public. If you do visit us, we ask for a little bit of a donation
Sure.
to visit the sanctuary. We have a number of opportunities whereby we go out into the community, make presentations. There are donations made to us. We do apply for some grants. Our executive director, Deanna Deppin, works very hard to apply for grants to see if we could get funding to care for the animals. But and we look for people to help in other ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetarily. We have a whole host of volunteers that help care for the animals and take care of them.
Has anyone ever gotten bit by one of the wolves?
No, there have been a few incidences.
What does that
where,
mean?
Where
Maybe
an animal
nipping?
has shown their teeth, or an animal has backed away
Just showing
from
their
a
teeth.
person.
I see. Then you know it's
Nothing-
probably 75,
Exactly.
80% wolf.
Well, not necessarily, because we do have a wolf dog that's 25 or 26% wolf, and he has a more guarded behavior.
I mean, but there's plenty of dogs that
Shouldn't
have
wo-
that same.
Shouldn't
guarded
all
behavior.
wolves be in the wild?
Well, that's a matter of opinion. In my opinion, I say yes,
Yeah.
because that is their
I'm with
natural
ya.
environment.
Right.
Some people may disagree.
Why would anyone disagree with that?
I think similar to what people say about zoos and things of that sort, we want to be able to know them. We want to be able to learn about them. We want to be able to see them up close. You're probably not going to get really close to a wolf
Right.
in the wild.
Right.
Certainly that would
Or
be a
want to.
challenge. Well, some
I
people
would.
want to.
I would.
Really?
That's
Well,
not
difficult.
close, but I would love to see a wolf in its natural habitat at a safe
Would
distance.
you be one of those goofballs that turned around and tried to take a selfie with the wolf in the back,
No.
and then all of a
no,
sudden the thing's
no.
running at you?
You probably
No.
would never get that close.
I
No.
see.
Because they are very hesitant
What
to
do they
interact with
What do they
people.
eat the most when they're out in the wild? Like, what can they catch?
They can catch whatever they
Rabbit?
need to in
No,
order
they
to.
can't catch a gazelle.
Well, they do hunt in packs, so they can.
I mean, gazelles are fast. They're like the fastest. When I was growing up, people used to call me a gazelle because I ran so fast. That's how I know what they
amazing.
are. Thank you. I'm not
I'm
so
sorry.
much a gazelle.
I prepared you.
I'm not so much.
I
I'm not
prepared
so.
you.
I'm not so much a gazelle right now.
Tortoise.
What's a really old gazelle?
They do what they need to do in the wild to
Yeah.
acquire food. At the sanctuary, they are fed an all raw diet,
Mhm.
anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds per animal, 4 times a week. And so that gets to be
Wow.
quite an interesting activity.
How
at
many
the
calories is
sanctuary.
that?
Have no idea. I guess it depends on whether
my.
it's chicken, fish, or beef.
I see.
There you go.
So we've got an annoying viewer that his name is John Lalo, and he wants to know where the sanctuary is. I know that's kind of a silly question. He wouldn't get a bell for that, but we might want to tell people where it is.
So it is located in Naples in the Golden Gate Estate area.
I see.
So we really do not necessarily give out the exact
Right.
location.
I noticed
because
that on
we
the
don't
website.
have an
It's not a
opportunity-
visiting place.
No. Well, you can visit, but it's by appointment.
Mhm.
So because it is a private residence in a private area, residential area, we do not promote walk-ins.
Did you say how many you have down there now?
So on premises, we probably have about 60 animals. And then
Wow.
we do have some volunteers who foster animals in their home.
They're taking a wolf home.
A wolf dog.
Wolf dog. What's
Or
the highest
prairie dog.
percentage you're allowed to take home?
So in our particular sanctuary, we have a wolf dog that's almost 80%.
That
wolf.
you're allowed to take home?
Well, you can't take that.
Yeah,
home.
no kidding. That's
No.
going to eat your dog.
So
right?
those animals would really need to be protected in the sanctuary.
perpetuating this fear thing.
Yeah, when
Stop.
wolves are out in the wild, they're eating anything they can catch,
And
right?
you have to
Okay.
be respectful of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In a fight
Absolutely.
between a black bear, and a wolf, who wins?
Have no idea.
Think wins.
I think if it's one-on-one,
The
The
it's
bear.
got to be a pack, though, right?
well,
you
if
got to be
it's a
faking
pack
out
of
the bear.
wolves, then
I don't know.
you know
You got to
they
be
may-
faking out
they
the
may
bear,
do it.
psyching out the bear,
But-
and then attack from the other side. It's
But
got
I
to be.
think it's
There's got
gonna
to be.
there's more chance of them running into a grizzly bear where they're located.
Can wolves strategize? Like, do they?
Well, sure.
How do they
have to-
communicate with each other?
well, there's a lot of communication. Even at the sanctuary, they will howl.
Oh, they will
certainly
say,
they
"Here comes,
will-
here comes." You know, what's her name with the
Absolutely.
food? Let's all okay,
Absolutely,
cool.
Absolutely. And
Very
you can,
nice.
During the visit, if you come and visit, you can actually go into an enclosure with two of our animals.
Definitely
One
making
of
an
our wait
appointment.
staff showed me a picture of her visit.
Yeah.
She was in with
Angela
two
went.
of our
Yeah.
Yeah.
animals, and you can howl along with them. They
Oh,
will.
totally doing
They
that.
will
Nice.
react.
Did
to
you
that.
howl
Yeah.
along with the? Did you howl with you? Did
Yeah.
you do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
See, there's
How did you? Let's hear how you howled.
so how many volunteers do you have?
So we have anywhere from 80 to 100 volunteers
Wow.
during the year.
Holy
Some
moly.
come for season, obviously.
Yeah.
Some come once a month. We have a large group of students that come from the universities to do community service hours. So there's constantly people coming and going into the sanctuary to care for the animals. It's pretty
Now-
remarkable.
You said it's right now it's in a residential area, but you're going to be moving and
That's
have
a
some
good question. So yes, we are.
Reluctantly, I'll give
We
you the
have just
benefit of-
closed on our property last week, or this week actually, a couple of days ago, and so we have acquired 17 acres.
Wow.
Also in the Naples
That's
area.
nice. How many acres do you have now?
2.5.
Oh wow, that's going to be great for the wolves.
So it's going to be pretty awesome, and
Dogs.
we're very excited about that to be able to expand the programs we have.
60 wolves, though. I mean, 60
wolf
Wolf
dogs,
dogs.
wolf
and wolves.
dogs and huskies and all the like, and they've come from everywhere, though. Like, what's the furthest away that you have a wolf from?
From my knowledge, probably a wolf dog from the Chicago rescue that we did a number of months ago. But people who have been at the sanctuary a lot longer than I have can probably tell you otherwise.
How do they ship them down? Did you drive the one
She
back
said
in
you
your
went up
RV?
in an RV.
Hey,
Were you
chill
sitting
out.
here?
I heard her say that, but
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was the only way that one got down. Like, are the rest of them from around here?
Many from the Florida area or around the surrounding states, but that particular trip was an RV.
There's no such thing as the wild left in Florida. It's
In
just all
Florida, no.
construction everywhere.
Well, that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Even we also have coyote and we have a
I see.
bobcat and obviously the cougar that's known here as the Florida panther.
Uh-huh.
They
Now-
are being pushed out of their
Oh,
natural
yeah.
territories.
It's terrible.
here.
I was out running. We live out in Gateway, and there's a power line. And
Oh, here she goes bragging about her running.
no,
now.
no, no. And I was out there running a long time ago, and a small coyote came
Yeah.
out. You know,
My
I mean,
neighbor
they're
told me
smaller
the other day. He was
than you
out
would
walking
think.
his dog and a coyote ran
Yep.
down the street.
There was one time I was driving to work, and I was up by Stony Brook where the kids and I think something must have been wrong because that one was going wow, that bird is crazy. Was going all over the place.
Do you have birds too? I mean, these birds are
We
crazy.
don't
Can you-
have birds that we provide sanctuary for, but we have birds
Birds
that
that come
fly
Can you
in
take
and out.
these birds with you today and feed them to the coyotes? Because these birds are killers.
I think
Stop.
they
Here,
like
these
living
birds.
here. They're getting good breakfast.
Oh man,
Yeah.
these birds really. There needs
Just
to be
took a bite
something.
of my biscuit.
These birds come inside the restaurant and grab food off the plate. There needs to be some kind of like extermination of those birds, or at least there needs to be a way to push them
Stop.
out.
Oh,
How do you
boy.
push the
They're
birds
very
out?
smart. They know where to get
Yeah.
food.
Yeah. They're
Like the
reinforced.
animals that go through
Look at
like
that! Look at
coyotes
that!
and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Did you ever
They
see
know
the
where to
movie
get
The
food.
Birds?
I did.
That's what that looks like right now. There are
There's
so
just-
many of them
There's
just
just
waiting
three
to
of
come
them there.
inside.
Oh, stop. They're
mean-
gonna come. Oh, see now that's getting upset with
They
you.
are getting upset.
They hear
That
you
was
talking about
yeah.
them.
So where were we?
Well, I was going to ask a question about a little bit about, commonly wolves were in Yellowstone. Then they got almost to extinction out there and had to be repopulated out there.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about?
There's a lot of controversy going on there about what's
I
happening.
said I
with the
wouldn't
wolf
get political,
population.
so just a little bit.
Yeah, so they were getting to be extinct, and they became
endangered, probably. Yeah.
Right. And now fortunately repopulated, as you said, but now there have been some restrictions lifted that are allowing kind of open hunting on wolves because there's no fencing around
Right.
Yellowstone. So as they venture out
Right.
to other areas, they stumble across a
Cattle,
ranch or
yep.
a farm.
All right, wait a
and-
second. Now, how do they? Yellowstone's like a national park,
Correct.
right? So
and they're
how?
protected within the boundaries of the national
So how did they
park.
become extinct in the park? Were people killing them in the park?
Once they leave the park?
Well, that's just dumb on them then, right? I mean, why are they leaving the
Well,
park?
I don't think they know.
I mean, so people once they leave the park, people were killing them because they were afraid of them, or they were getting
Well,
on their
they were-
property, or eating their
Eating their
livestock.
livestock,
I
Yeah.
see.
Eating their livestock.
It's
which
a
of course
crazy
is
world
their
we live in.
livelihood.
Right.
It's survival of the fittest, I guess, right?
And there's been some terrible stories about what's going on out in Yellowstone.
Like, what do you
And so-
mean?
Well, just the numbers of animals that are being destroyed. It's really heartbreaking.
Because they're all leaving the park?
in some cases, yeah, that's the primary areas where they are being hunted.
Why
And
don't
they're
they?
way up in the northern part of the park.
Isn't
which is
Yellowstone
why
like a
people don't-
gigantic park?
It's huge.
It's huge.
Then why don't
I
they
think
just
it
put?
encompasses like 3 states.
Yeah,
It's huge.
Why don't
it's
they put
huge.
like an electric dog fence around it so that they can't get out?
I don't think the national park system would prefer.
What-
No, I
that
mean they
because
should do that. Like
it would
they.
then close it in, perhaps.
Well, don't they want to save the? Oh, forget it. It's a whole different show, I guess. Like we're way off the subject here. So you guys are gonna have 17 acres
Correct.
somewhere close by to where you
A
are.
little bit north of where we are, or
Okay.
right off of Immokalee Road, so kind of on
Oh,
the
yeah,
border
yeah,
of
yeah.
Naples and Bonita.
So 17 acres in Florida you're not finding that cheap.
Well, no.
Was it
but
donated?
It's no, it was purchased.
I see.
But through the donation of people and the generosity of people, then we were able to acquire that property.
Nice.
One of the really great features about the property is that there will be a building on the premises that is going to be hurricane resistant, wildfire resistant. So if we have to evacuate our animals to a safe location, we can do that right on our own property. We can't do that now.
Uh-huh.
So you can imagine how challenging it is
Yeah.
to evacuate animals.
Oh.
Wow.
You can't just leash up a cougar and walk them off the property into somebody's car.
Right,
It's
right.
it's quite a task. So that's really going to provide.
How did you get
safety
into
for the
this? Like,
animals.
what's your background that all of a sudden you're protecting wolves from the?
So my background is in education,
Mm.
and the whole idea of education of the community. Once you're a teacher or an educator, you kind of feel that you about anything. Just my interest in
What was
it.
your main teaching subject area?
So I was in special education.
Oh wow! Did you
Um,
know
And
that?
I didn't.
You see,
Yes.
she didn't do a
Yeah.
research like I did. She doesn't know how to ask the prodding questions. She's in the same kind of field now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you really?
You guys should have
Oh,
coffee
you have a
after the
good
show.
heart then.
Oh well, thank
Oh,
you.
kind of.
Yeah.
He challenges it.
Yeah.
I mean, he really stretches.
Did you say
it
she
out
had a
there.
heart?
Yes.
Oh,
good
okay,
heart.
gotcha. Just want to make sure I heard that
Absolutely. We work
correctly.
with
Yeah.
children with special needs, and
Oh, she has a 5-day-a-week heart. I see.
Yeah.
I see. That's what you meant by that. 5-day-a-week. Oh,
but,
so
but that's that is part of our education program. We
Mhm.
also, speaking of hearts, we have a program called Healing Hearts, and we do provide an opportunity for adults and children who are experiencing some life challenges and life crisis to come to the sanctuary for
Cool.
respite.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we have had Wounded Warriors and Youth Haven and the Children's Network and the Women's Shelter and Star Ability. The list goes on. They come to us. We provide them with an opportunity to just kind of be
Mhm.
and be part of that wonderful environment in the sanctuary. And then we have a little snack or a little lunch, and the kids get a little goodie bag, and they get to take pictures with the wolf dogs. And it really is a wonderful opportunity to give back to the community.
Now, when you get your new place, do you think you would ever expand to have places where people could stay for a couple of days? Because I know out in Utah, they have Best Friends Animal Sanctuary.
Right.
And I went out there. I didn't get to stay overnight, but I went and toured. And but they have a program where you come and stay, and then they have an animal that you can. Now, granted, these are different dogs, cats, whatever, what have you. But any plans for that? Would
So
that be
as far
something?
as residential opportunities, I think that we are hoping to work with some of the universities to provide an internship experience where perhaps people in training programs can stay
Stay
on the
there.
property. But there's so much discussion as to what the final plans
Yeah,
will look like, and how that property will be utilized.
Yeah. Well, I imagine there's a difference of liability with, a
Absolutely.
domestic cat and a wolf dog.
Correct. So,
How long did it take you to get here from Naples?
about 50 minutes.
Wow.
Wasn't too bad.
Well, you're way down. You're like in the South Naples,
right. Just on the border of the
Yeah.
Everglades, really.
And so when you guys open up, will there be more opportunity for people to come compared to the way it is now? It's by appointment. Will they be more like a?
We're hoping
Yeah.
to, get more people out to the sanctuary. Right now, our groups are small.
Yeah.
And that really lends itself to a lot of the education component where we can really talk to folks about what we do.
Do you think you'll
there.
increase the number of wolfy kind of animals you have?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because you'll
And
have 17 acres.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
And when
it'll
do you
provide
think-
a bigger area for
Did you
them
ever think
and
of
more.
doing a game like, for like $1 million donation? Somebody can just, all the wolves, or you let them all go. And then somebody runs from one
Is
end
this like
of.
running with the bulls?
No. Somebody runs from, they have to get
Camp
from one
Walnut.
end of the camp to the other then and not die.
I don't
something
think
like
we
that.
would promote that.
No?
No.
I mean,
That's
then
a
you would really
bad
figure out
idea.
how to
I'm
see
taking
which.
back all
Then
your
you would be
bell
able to see
rings.
which wolves are more aggressive and which ones are pet worthy.
I don't think we would want to put the animals or the people
Yeah.
for that
Sorry.
matter
Yeah.
in that
Sorry.
stressful situation.
You could call it wolf game or maybe
But we'll
not.
take the $1 million donation.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
out the game.
Yeah, there you
Being
go.
in Naples, I'm sure there's a few
there's
people
some.
down there that have
Yeah.
some Monet,
A few.
right? Yeah.
When do you think the sanctuary? How long do you think it'll take to get a? It's
Funding
No
is going to be a
predict-
key.
okay.
What's the goal?
Probably 3 to 5 years in developing it completely.
Yeah, time flies
but
though.
and it might be incrementally.
right.
So we hope really now that the work is done to acquire the property, the hard work comes in
Yeah.
to develop.
How
it
many
and
different
raise
buildings you gonna plan on putting up?
There's really a lot of different opportunities for buildings, perhaps a visitor center and an education
Nice.
building and things of that sort. So there's a lot of really good discussion about what that's going to look
Cool.
like. And there's some preliminary
What's the
plans.
dollar amount goal? Do you have they set that yet of what you need?
Not exactly, but
Okay.
it is in the multi-million dollar
Yeah,
range.
come on, you cheapskates in Naples. We're gonna break open the wallets. I mean,
Please
I was
do.
reading a story. There's a story in the news press today about this new giant house. Did you see it? That was just built on Randy Lane down here on
I
Fort Myers.
read
It was
about
like 3
that.
million or 6 million. They couldn't figure out how to make the renovations work after a few years of trying and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they just decided, let's just knock it down. And
Start over.
it's not even on the beach. It's on a. It's
Wow.
on the.
Did
It's
read about that.
yeah.
So
So,
if someone has some extra
yeah,
money
mean-
that they would like to provide to
you're
Shy
saving the
Wolf, we'd be
animals,
happy to
people.
take
You're
it.
saving the animals.
Absolutely.
Forget about the people. I
Absolutely.
shouldn't say that, but
No.
And we'll have
Save the
some naming
animals.
opportunities as well,
Yeah.
Nice.
where things can be in your name, and you can have those opportunities
sell
to
some
sponsor
bricks.
animals.
you know what
Sure.
I noticed in Florida, especially down here in Southwest Florida, people are very generous.
Absolutely.
They give away to a lot of causes. They last week we had the King Foundation, Alex King.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? Do you know Alex?
No.
Oh, you should
Well,
get to
she's
know
not
Alex
from
King.
around here.
He gave 10,000. Was it 10 or 20?
20.
$20,000 to the arches to rebuild the arches on our show yesterday. It was just out of the blue.
Not
he came in
yesterday, last
last
week.
week. Well, you know what I
Beautiful,
mean. Yesterday.
beautiful.
I feel like these
can
shows
you give
flow
out
one
the
into another.
information
She's
for
kicking me
people
now.
to come down?
Sure. So you can visit our website, shywolfsanctuary.org. There's a ton of information on that website. There's stories about the animals, how the animals came to us. There's videos and little clips, educational clips. There's tabs to volunteer, to donate, to learn about the fundraising programs that we have, to learn about our other programs, and to make a reservation to visit.
It would be
So
cool to
that's the
do a
best
show
way.
from your place someday.
We
That would
would
be
love it.
awesome.
That
We
That'd
would
be
love
awesome.
it.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
That
a
would be
dream.
really great.
Well, thank you so much for driving all the way down here, and I hope you guys stay for breakfast. And
They are.
your husband's out there
I
taking
know, he's,
pictures,
like,
and
moving
yeah,
around
he's
around
he's
down
got he's just filled with
She
energy.
was saying that I prepared her for your kind
Why
of
do you do
sense
that?
of
Why do you
humor.
tell all the guests before the
And-
show that they
and
need to watch out?
She said he has quite a sarcastic sense of humor.
Oh,
so.
good. Well,
I got
All
him
right.
to drive me here because I said I'd buy him breakfast.
oh,
There
there
we
you go.
go.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you,
Thank you
so
so
much,
much.
and
Thank you
good
so
luck with
much for the
everything.
Yes, good
opportunity.
luck.
It's great fun. Thank
Yes,
you.
Thank you
All right,
so
everybody,
much.
make sure you check out the sanctuary online and give some of your hard-earned money if you can. And before we get to our next guest, I need to tell you about the Friends of the Arts. You know, the concert is coming up. There they are right there, the Girls of Motown. They're the next concert in the Rockin' the Bay Winter Concert Series, which is January the 13th. The Girls of Motown check them out. They got the satin going and everything. And after the January 13th concert, they have Earth to Mars, which is the Bruno Mars experience. On March the 10th, they have Faithfully, a Journey and Eagles tribute. On April the 14th, Shania Twain, a Shania Twain experience. For all the details on all the concerts, you can go to fmbarts.org/events. The minute you get on that page, it's very easy to use. You'll be able to figure out how to get the tickets. You can buy a pack of 10. They have, like a pack of 10 where you can just box out you and your friends, and you can sit in a nice box. So you don't have to, if you're if you still got the COVID blues, you can sit in the box with your mask on and enjoy the great show. The Girls of Motown, everybody, and we hope you get a chance to check them out. Also, I wanted to tell you about Beach Pottery. Beach Pottery is right on San Carlos Boulevard, 17980 San Carlos Boulevard. You know, if you were watching the Facebook at all last week, you saw that our good friends at Beach Pottery got a big shipment of brand new pots in. And so you want to go down there and check it out and check them out. They are open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. The cafe is now open with hot and cold espresso drinks, smoothies, breakfast selection, sandwiches, a daily fresh selection of baked goods, including muffins, cookies, cake pops. I still don't know what cake pops are, but they sound, maybe like a cake on a pop, like an ice cream cone or something like that. And they have fun Christmas lights, of course. The pots are imported from Vietnam and Mexico. And they have big pots, little pots. So if you like to put plants in pots, or if you like to, stick, anything in a pot. What else do you put in pots besides plants? You can put
you can put anything in there. You could use it as like a container.
Like your grandmother's urn or something like that. I mean, anything you can put in there. You can have the kids playing in the pots. You can take pictures of it. They have different kind of lawn furniture over there. They have over an acre of property with 8,000 pots imported from Vietnam and Mexico. So check them out, please. They are located at 17980 San Carlos Boulevard. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Okay.
Feet up.
Very nice.
Toes in the sand.
Very cool. All right, dear, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to take a 30-second, potty break. But you're on.
All right. Well, I would like to welcome to the show Doris Florig. Did I say it correctly?
Yes, you did.
Oh, yep. Pull that up nice and close. And so, Doris, I was fascinated doing my research last night. I mean, we're going to talk about, we'll start with why you're down here, but you have a very interesting life story. You've done a lot of really, really cool things. So I'm excited to have you on, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So tell us what you're doing down here in Fort Myers Beach.
Well, we have a mini exhibit.
There, yep, right close. There you go. Okay. Because we want everyone to hear you.
Okay. I'm the leader of a fiber art exhibit. And
Okay.
it's an international exhibit of about 35 fiber artists. And it's a touring exhibit. And we are currently exhibiting a small portion of our exhibit at the Fort Myers Beach Library.
Okay. Can you tell people, for those of us who might not know, what does fiber art include?
Okay. It is an exhibit called SAVE the REEF.
Okay.
And it's an exhibit with a conservation message. And we are all fiber artists who are concerned about what's happening with the reefs.
Okay. And when you say fiber art, what are you using to create the art? Is it yarn? Is it, because it's different stuff, correct?
Yes. Basically,
I know. Listen, we got to start at the bottom, letting everybody know, right?
It's amazing how many people don't know what fiber art is.
I mean, I think people have an idea, but it encompasses, I think, more than people would
Yes.
realize.
Yeah. Fiber art it's needle art.
Okay.
It's anything made with fiber.
Okay.
Yarn. Anything made with fibers.
I saw one picture on your Facebook page from a few years ago where you were cutting down bamboo. So do you use bamboo?
I was probably cutting down bamboo to make
Oh, that's right. Go ahead.
to make a loom.
Okay.
The structure of a loom.
Right. So you weave
I weave
on a loom.
Yeah, I'm a tapestry weaver. A lot of people weave, and most people weave functional pieces like placemats. When I weave, and people who weave in this exhibit are weaving works of art, like things that were woven, tapestries were woven in the Middle Ages.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Middle Ages, the prize artwork were not the paintings for the walls of the castles. What was the prize, the most valued works were the tapestries, because when they moved from castle to castle, they could roll up the tapestries and move them with them. And they also created warmth for the for the castles.
Yeah, because I imagine a castle's pretty drafty.
Very cold.
And it doesn't
Yes.
have, heating on the inside.
Right. And they could also use the tapestries to hang them away from the walls and create hallways. And
Very
therefore the servants
interesting.
could walk behind the tapestries.
Very interesting. Now, you said can you tell us a little bit about this Save the Reef? It's
Save the Reef, I originally started because I've spent the last 15 years sailing on my boat in the Caribbean. Yes.
so you sail on the boat around the Caribbean, and what did you realize? Did you realize about the reefs out there?
Oh, they're bad.
Yeah,
They're really,
really
bad,
bad.
and I don't think people realize it. Once we were snorkeling in Belize, and we were with several other cruising sailboats, and we'd been snorkeling, and half a dozen people came up, and another woman looked at me as she was hanging onto her dinghy, and she said, "Oh, wasn't that beautiful?" And I couldn't believe it. I came up depressed.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, that was beautiful, but she didn't see how dead it was.
Mhm,
And I
mhm.
felt like saying, go back and look again,
Right.
because there was beauty there, but a very small portion was still alive.
I was listening or watching. There's a documentary on Netflix about the reef,
Mhm.
and they were saying, like, in the Florida Keys, it's down to a tiny little percentage that's left, like tiny little percentage.
2% is left.
I
in
even
the
think
Florida
they said
Keys.
less. It was really
Yeah.
scary, but in any event, way down, when it used to be this huge, vibrant, lively community down under the
Right.
sea.
Yeah, people my age have watched it die over a number of years. I talked to a young man who was a snorkeling guide for about maybe less than 10 years, and he said he has watched it die in 10 years.
And then when it dies, it goes white. So I think people don't realize, if they see this really white,
Right.
that might look attractive to them, but that's actually the skeleton,
Right.
correct? Like that's a dead thing.
That's the beginning of it dying, and then it turns brown, and then it turns to rubble, and then people they just snorkel across it, and they don't even realize that they're swimming across the dead reef.
Mm.
And so that's why I started this project, thinking it's time to get out there and let people know that
What's going on.
It's dying. It's dead.
So you have that. You also, so you live on a boat 6 months. You also have written a book.
Yes.
And do you want to, I love the title.
And this
Here.
is the book.
I'll hold it. You got it? And so what is the book about?
The book, which is available through lulu.com. And it's
Is that
called-
like LU?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's about my adventures. And the exciting thing about weaving is when I sail to an island, it's very easy for me to connect with the people of the islands. And even
through this craft.
Yes, because all I need to do is sit down on a beach and pull out my fibers, and somebody from the island walks up with their fibers and sits down, and they start making things with me. And I teach my technique, and they teach me their techniques. And half the time, we don't even know the same language, but our hands know the same language.
But your art is just the same language, right?
Right.
Now, I think, okay, so a little bit of history. When I went to school a million years ago, for what I do, one of the classes was learning how to weave on a loom.
Yes.
Yes. And we had to, learn how to set it up. It's very complicated. But we're talking about huge, huge looms. How do you weave on a boat?
Oh, well, we can find that in the book. If you page through, you'll see a lot of strings. And
She wants you to find that page.
Okay, how would I do that?
oh, just
You just keep looking
page and
through.
Slowly page through. Oh, you're going way
You're
too fast. Yeah.
Oh, geez. He's an
Page
idiot.
by page. Actually, I do when I'm in my studio in the Tetons.
No.
There's an example. Right there.
Where,
You
where,
can
where
see-
in the Tetons?
in
What
the-
Yeah, we're
state?
gonna get there. We're gonna get
what
there.
state is that
no,
in?
No, we're gonna get there. Don't.
Am I
digress.
ruining your
Go ahead.
jumbo
Yes,
mumbo
yes,
here?
yes.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll finish that sentence
Yes.
quickly. In the
Don't worry
Tetons, I
about
have
it.
a
Take your time.
studio where I have very elaborate looms, like you're talking about.
Right.
But when I travel, I weave like the Navajos. The Navajos just have sticks and strings.
Mm.
Actually, they have some elaborate looms too.
How many
But
looms do you
traditional-
have?
You know what? I can't even count them.
Wow.
Do you
know,
make them yourself?
some I make myself.
What happens
and-
when a loom breaks down? Who repairs it?
She does.
You repair it
Oh, yeah.
yourself?
Oh, I could do that. Yeah.
Do you have a loom?
Right here.
Oh.
Okay, let's look at
Yeah.
that picture. Okay, that's how I string up the looms on board. And then I hang them when we're at the dock. I can hang them on what's called a whisker pole and sit on my deck and sit there and weave. And then when we're ready to sail away, I roll it up.
What
It's
is a
all
whisker
done-
pole?
Whisker pole? When you're sailing and you want to hold your sail out for better shape in your sail, use your whisker pole. When you're at the dock, you don't need that whisker pole.
Now, Doris, did you already tell everybody that you came here in bare feet? Like you have no shoes on? Like you walked here, you're walking around bare feet.
Do you
like
find
it's
that
like-
unusual?
No, it's like a Jimmy Buffett thing. He walks around, does his concerts in bare feet. Like
Yeah.
you've got. I mean, the bottom of your feet are clean, but how do you keep them clean when you walk around in bare feet?
I swim a lot.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yes, you actually tell us a little bit about your swimming career here. 'Cause
Oh, I'm a swimmer. I grew up swimming. I was a competitive swimmer.
No kidding.
And my lifetime career is teaching private swim lessons and coaching.
You know, when I was
Did
growing.
you swim in the Senior Olympic Games or something?
I've swum, yeah,
Oh wow.
She's very.
master
She's-
swimming, yeah.
Mhm.
Do you know I used to swim so fast they used to call me a gazelle when I swam so
No.
fast in the water.
can't-
I don't think they would do that.
No, they wouldn't
No.
call me that.
Gazelle, no.
I just met a goal of mine. I was able to swim. It was in the pool though, 1 mile without
why does the show
stopping.
always have to
So
be
that
about-
was my.
Why does the show
That
always
was
have to
my
be about you?
crowning
We're talking
achievement.
about Doris's feet.
I know. No, I'm not talking about her feet. We're talking about her.
No, so
swimming
Doris, have you
career.
ever stepped on a piece of glass and it'd be like, crap, I need to wear shoes now? I mean, how long have you been going barefoot?
Always,
Always. Like
now, are you
since,
I've
barefoot
never-
on the boat?
yes.
so
Doesn't get slippery.
No, I feel like shoes are pretty clumsy.
Okay.
yeah. But you've
Yeah.
never stepped on a piece of glass or a rock
Well,
or
I
something?
could tell you a horror story
Do it.
about bare feet.
Yeah. Just one horror story per show.
Well,
Usually she's telling the horror
Did you
story.
lose a toe?
no,
Okay.
no. But in
This
the
isn't going to make
cockpit,
you upset, is
there's
it?
no.
Okay.
It might make listeners upset.
No.
In the cockpit, there's a wooden grate.
In the cockpit of a car?
In,
The
no,
boat.
in a boat.
Oh, I see. They call it a cockpit on the boat?
Yeah.
I'm totally confused.
Yeah.
But
So I was coming up into the cockpit.
yeah.
with a tray full of food,
Mm-hmm.
and so I couldn't see the grate into the cockpit.
Oh gosh, I don't want to
And-
hear this. I'm going to be grossed
Okay,
out.
No,
Okay.
go ahead. Go
Now,
ahead.
what
You
happened?
sure?
Did it hurt?
And in that cockpit, in the grate, there was
A wolf.
a fork standing up.
Oh, good God. Shoe wouldn't have helped you, right? It was, how far did it go through
Sure
you?
would have helped.
Did it go
yes.
through your foot?
And I went.
I'm totally grossed out. I'm never going to be
and
able to
I
eat
took a
again.
look, and I pulled my foot up, and there was a fork sticking in the bottom of my foot,
I have
it
a
was-
fork story too that
it
I'm
was
going
like
to
a
spare you
horror
with.
story.
But
like a horror
did you
movie.
did you drop the food, or did you save the food?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't remember? I mean, was it your food or the food for the whole
For
cockpit?
the family.
I see.
Yeah.
So how fast do you go on the boat? Are you looming while you're boating?
No.
Weaving.
No. No, there's two of us. My husband and I are on board, and there's
I see.
always
They should do a competition in boats. Like the boats should go as fast as they can, and you should just be looming the whole time. And whenever
weaving.
you get to
well,
the finish
as
line,
you see on the cover, sometimes when my husband's sailing, I can be on board on deck,
yeah,
and I can be sorting yarns,
sorting.
and preparing
So-
the yarns so they're ready to weave.
I
But I
see.
can't have a loom set up.
I did see a picture of you, though. I think it was you with a hammock set up on the boat.
When we're at anchor.
You got a big scar on
No.
your knee there. You have a knee replacement. What's
Yes,
that about?
I did.
What happened? Did you step
She
on
got her
a
knee
big
That's what
replaced.
happens to people.
with that?
You
Don't wear
must-
shoes.
You must know.
That's what happens when you don't wear shoes.
No,
You're
you've
freaking
seen a lot of this in Florida.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
This has nothing to do with boating or
Why are you laughing at me? Well, I mean, what does it have to do with Florida?
because
Am I ex- you're telling
everybody
people
in
down
Florida.
Oh, I see. I'm
Yes.
worried that I
Lord.
might get one of
This
those.
is a Florida thing.
That's a Florida tattoo.
This is,
I see.
that's what that's
Do you
called.
planning on getting another one on the other side there, or just one is
Well,
enough?
What's good?
Yeah.
Are you still swimming?
Yeah.
Does the tattoo that you have there, does it affect your swimming?
No. You know what? This is like
Brand
a
new.
30-year-old
I see.
probably doesn't have a knee this good.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So I know he was
It's probably
kind of
like cheating.
Yeah. Hey,
It's like
everyone
Jeff
else cheats
Propulsion.
in the sports now, so right?
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody's cheating.
so 6 months cruising,
And then
The
hurricane
Caribbean.
season, the boat has to come out of the water.
and then where do you go?
So then we used to whatever island we were, wherever we were, when hurricane season comes along, you have the boat hauled out of the water, strapped down for hurricane season. And then, like most recently, we used to have it in the Rio Dulce in Guatemala.
Mm-hmm,
And so, it's good and safe. Get
Mhm.
it out of the water. And then we fly back to most recently, we've been spending the summers in Jackson Hole area.
Oh,
In the
that's in
Grand
Wyoming,
Tetons.
dear.
Yeah, I know. I've
The
been
Grand
there.
Tetons are in Wyoming
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're right
Yeah.
outside
Oh.
Yellowstone.
Do you know about the wolves leaving
No.
Yellowstone?
No. So you teach. Do
I
you
do
teach?
a lot. I travel a lot teaching fiber arts, and I do a lot of teaching of private swim lessons.
Okay. I thought I
Yeah.
saw something at one of the universities out
Yeah,
there.
there's a it's called the Teton Science School, and they have a graduate school
Love it
for
there.
environmental studies. And they give me studio space, and I am surrounded by environmentalists, and that's another reason I got involved in doing this.
Am I okay to ask a question during your show,
if
or
it's serious.
do you bike too, or you just swim?
Yeah,
There's a bike parade tonight.
there's a bike race.
Bike parade.
Parade.
Yeah, we're
A
right. We're
slow
getting
stroll.
all
parade.
we're
Yeah.
getting all duded up in lights, and we're gonna go around and sing Christmas carols to the kids. And the police. We're gonna have a police escort. Are there any kids on this island? There are a few kids left on the island. So, if you want to bike, you might have to wear shoes. When you bike, do you wear shoes, or you don't even
I
own
do.
shoes? Oh, you do. What kind of shoes do you own? Just flip flops?
Is this a
I know.
are we looking for sponsorship here?
No. We have plenty of sponsors, by the way.
Hoka.
Hoka.
That's what the physical
Oh,
therapist told me
those
to
are
get.
good.
Yeah. Right.
Those are good. Lots of cushion on those. So
Can I ask one more question? Then I'll defer to you.
Oh yeah.
So
look at
when
this.
you're out on the boat, what music do you listen to?
Pardon me.
When you're on the boat, what music do you guys
I
listen
like
to?
classical music.
Classical, like
Yeah, I like
Chopin
Bach.
or Bach.
I like Bach. I like really.
Bach.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your
Nice.
favorite Bach song?
Oh no, I can't even think of it now. that
Beethoven's
we're-
Fifth Symphony
Um,
or something like that. I don't know what the hell I'm
well, that's
talking about.
Beethoven.
Oh, I can't think of it now.
Well, if it comes to you, you can tell us.
Well, what kind of a
I
Bach
like
fan are you?
Chamber
For
music.
What does that mean?
When
He's-
it's only like a few instruments,
I see.
not a great big grand orchestra.
I see. Like the Mormon
Let's- I
Tabernacle
wanna show
Choir.
this.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Back to Kim's questions now.
So if you can see that, now tell us about it while I'm holding it up here.
Oh, that's really fun to make those. I've made
What is it?
and sold
It's a
about
bison.
3 of those so
Oh, I
far.
see
I'm
now.
working on the 4th commission.
You got to get
And
closer. Yeah. Oh,
They are
there you go. Now you can
life-size
see it.
bison.
So you did that with the loom.
I'm a fiber sculptor too.
Fiber sculptor.
Tapestry,
Yeah,
Wow.
now we're really going to know what fiber art is.
Yes, that
I'm
is
a
so
fiber
cool.
sculptor.
Okay, so you
And-
take fiber and you sculpt it into a bison.
I take wool that comes from a sheep,
Hmm.
and then I make layers and layers of felted wool, and then I shape it into a bison head.
Where do you get
And then on the top surface,
Mhm.
what I do is I watch the bison, and when a herd of bison is in the area,
You go out and kill it.
I wait till they leave.
Yeah. Oh, and then you go out and pick up
next
the fur.
day- The next day, I watch because they rub up against the trees.
No kidding.
In the
How'd you learn
spring,
all this stuff?
because I hang out with them.
Nice.
And they
How
rub-
close do you get to the bison?
No, don't get close at all.
Nope.
So are you in a tent or you're how
In
do
a
you
camper.
you're in a camper?
Yeah.
And so you know where they hang.
Yeah,
I got you.
So are you up in Yellowstone, or are you just
near Yellowstone.
Near Yellowstone.
Grand
So
Tetons, yeah.
there's enough that brush up against a tree for you to
yeah.
Well, I'm driving past them all the time.
wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever think, man, if I could just
yeah,
if I
and
could
that's
just
a goat too.
if I could just get one like full bison, you'd have enough for a year, right?
Oh,
Do you just want to
it,
are you allowed to kill the bison up there? Are they hunters and stuff like that or
oh, you can't in the park. You can't
No.
touch
right?
anything.
But
in
if
the
they
park.
apparently if they cross the line,
But there are bison farmers, bison
Right. Really?
ranchers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
People eat
Know
that
where-
instead
yeah.
of beef. So tell us about, let me get it. Tell us about this one.
That one's
Lower.
sort of the same technique, but that one's a full body, full length that I
Sheep.
did.
lower it down.
I still own him.
You do it.
You still own the sheep.
I still own the goat.
You still have the goat?
Yeah.
Where do you keep the goat? On your boat?
Not on the boat.
Is the
I
goat
have-
on the boat?
He's in storage.
The goat is in storage.
No, the goat. Yeah, the goat is.
Is the
and
goat
the
still?
boat, the boat is
Wait a
in
second.
storage, too.
Is the goat in
Your
Her
storage?
husband is not in the.
It's
I know.
confusing.
Well, just ignore him.
Is the
Just
goat
ignore him.
alive? Is the,
No.
No,
The
it's
goat's-
a sculpture. All right,
Oh,
you're
I'm
out.
sorry.
Oh, look at these.
Yes.
Totally
So you
confused.
can loop. You can weave anywhere.
Yeah, those
Here, hold
trees.
this up. Do
okay, I'll
something.
do something.
So you can weave anywhere.
I can weave anywhere. I do Navajo style when I'm traveling.
Holy moly, that's
Um,
pretty cool.
And the trees in the foreground are not real trees. They're trees that I have woven and sculpted.
The trees?
Yeah, these two
Oh,
trees in the
yeah.
foreground. These are my fiber art trees. My sculpted
Crazy.
trees.
That's some crazy talent right there.
Yeah. And here's my van when we drive across country.
So, how did you come across like wanting to do this kind of stuff? When did that happen?
Oh, back in the 70s, I was a hippie.
No, not you. Did you wear shoes back then?
No.
Of course not.
Smoke weed and do the crazy stuff like
Do you think I would say something like that on the radio?
well, I appreciate you saying we're on the radio,
Ah.
but
So now you have
Did
children.
Did you smoke weed?
never.
Oh,
Never. I tried it
He's
once.
Pretty straight laced.
It was not a good experience.
He's pretty straight.
And then never again. But so
So now you have adult children.
I have adult children. Yes.
You were saying when we were talking before that you lived in Vermont
Yeah.
for when they were growing up,
Yeah.
and you taught them how to ski. You were saying that you took them down the hills when they were babies, just
Yes.
holding them.
Yes.
So now, do they all know how to ski?
Well, they grew up being snowboarders.
Snowboarders, got it.
And then I switched to snowboarding too.
And do you still snowboard?
Not since we started sailing the Caribbean.
Got
did you switch to snowboarding because you didn't have to get your feet in those shoes that you can't
Well, that
walk
made
in?
a big
Oh, for
difference.
sure.
Yeah.
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 Do you need to strap in on the snowboard at all, or you
Yeah.
just get on it like a
No.
surfboard?
No,
Just
you
some strapping in?
Yeah, you strap in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get
switched
out
to
to-
snowboarding at 50 years old.
Okay,
Yeah.
50. You
Yep.
started snowboarding. How old? Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I'm 70. I'll be 73 in March.
And you're still out there kicking ass and taking names, like swimming and.
Kicking ass. What was snowboarding?
Did you say kicking ass? That was
She
funny.
did.
I only repeated what you said.
He was saying that you were
You're kicking ass at
and
73.
taking names. Like you're still doing all these things at 73.
You're living, loving
I
life.
slowed down.
Like
That
how?
doesn't
Come
sound
on.
like it.
You're
It
all
does
over
not
the world
sound like
looming.
it,
You're
Doris.
looming everything everywhere and stuff.
Yeah.
You have, so 6 months on the water, 6 months there, you're camping, is there anything you don't do? Because it sounds like you do a lot of cool stuff.
She doesn't smoke weed, dear.
Okay, well.
We're not talking
Thinking
about
No, that
that.
was in the 70s. She admitted to smoking weed in the 70s.
Did you go to Woodstock?
No, I think I went to Canada instead back then.
Oh, okay.
What was in Canada?
That's where all the hippies moved.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, back in the 70s.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. So,
This
you,
is the back to the land days.
Back to the land.
yeah.
Now
'cause
where would you go to get back to the land?
There's no land
I
left.
don't know.
I
Not
don't
down
know
in
either.
Florida.
I don't know what's happening.
So what's going on at the library? Come
Yeah.
on, tell us what's going on. What you got going on down
that's
there?
why I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're here because you're
No,
super
you're
cool.
here. Yeah, you're super cool,
And
fascinating.
you don't wear
life.
shoes.
And he
Did you take a picture of the fork going through your foot? Did somebody take a picture of that? Because
No.
oh dang.
no visuals for
No.
you. So what is going on down at the
No,
library?
that's when my kids were real little and you don't have time to.
We have
do
all
that.
time in the world. There's no
Well,
stop
she
button
didn't
on this
have
show.
time.
No.
Oh, I see.
She didn't have
Because
time
they
to
were
take
yelling,
it
"Where the
care of.
hell's my food that you dropped?" That's what
What's
they
happening
wanted.
at the library is it's a small version of Save the Reef exhibit. And Save the Reef is a traveling exhibit. And when it's in Florida, the exhibit from here, when I leave, I'm going to leave with all this exhibit. And if there are any other opportunities, I would like to exhibit in Florida between now and April. If anybody has ideas, they should contact me. Doris at gmail.com.
Just Doris at Gmail.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doris.
I was going to
Florig.
say, how'd you
Yeah,
get that
wow,
email
yeah.
address?
Doris
Wow.
That's your
Florig
name.
at gmail.com.
Yeah, we'll put that on our site too, so people
Yeah,
know.
or Instagram.
You know, the reason I
Or
got
Instagram.
you're on the
she's-
Instagram. Come
Yes.
on, I don't even know how to use Instagram. You know how to use Instagram? That's great. You on TikTok?
No.
I was going to say you
No.
probably got some pretty cool videos on TikTok. You know, the reason I got in touch with you, Doris, is because I get the library schedule all the time, and it just popped out that it looked so cool what you were doing up there,
Uh-huh.
and
How
so-
long is the exhibit going on down at the
until the
library?
end of the month.
Okay.
We'll take it down on 30th, and I'm going to go over there at 11:30. If anybody shows up, I'll do a personal tour today.
Nice.
And then
Nice.
the 30th, we'll take it down at 10 o'clock. If anybody shows up then
yeah.
and wants to talk, I'm there.
And
Wow.
when are you going back on the ocean in the big boat?
The boat should go in the water soon after the new year. And then we're going to head down here to Fort Myers and hang out here for a couple months.
On the beach?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
so you-
boat will be in the
Oops, sorry.
we'll be in the mooring field out here.
Nice, very
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Awesome.
So
you know
maybe
what?
we can come back and
Oh,
visit
for
again.
sure.
Yes,
For sure. We'd
well,
love
when
to have
I
You
you.
know
get
what
my-
I'd like to do is come back and talk about swimming and water safety.
All right.
about
Well,
here-
we'll
here
on
definitely
the
do
beach.
that. We'll have the maybe we could have the fire chief come on and
Yeah.
we could do a whole thing.
Yes.
So, you
That
know,
would be
the
so
mooring
good.
field, they're doing all kinds of great stuff in the mooring
gonna
field.
be
They're expanding
expanding
it. They got a brand new facility that they have right here in Old San Carlos to take care of the folks on the
You'll
mooring
have to
field.
let me know where you are because I'm going
Yeah.
to come out on my little kayak and
Oh,
wave and say
sure.
hello.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Well, anything else you want to get out there, Doris? I mean,
Yeah.
you have
you wanted to mention something else that you had coming up, or you just wanted to?
Well, I have a children's book I wrote about Mike, Spike, and Daisy, three frogs, why and how they learned to swim.
nice.
And we can talk about that more when I come back.
Yes.
Okay.
Good teaser. That's a good
yeah.
teaser. I mean, I don't know how somebody comes up with an idea to write about a book about three frogs, but next time you come
Well,
back,
because I'm a swim instructor and swimmer.
And there are
I
frogs
don't
in the
wear
water.
shoes.
and there are frogs in the water all the time. Have you ever watched the
Oh, here it
Robertsons catch frogs in the Louisiana back
No,
water
you're
there?
way too obtuse.
Yeah, you know Duck Dynasty. Have you ever seen Duck Dynasty where they jump in the water
Do you
and they
have a
catch
TV on
these
the boat?
I
giant?
don't have a
Okay.
I don't haven't
Yeah.
owned a TV in
We
about
have,
20 years.
Wow.
Do you watch Netflix?
She doesn't own
yeah.
a TV.
Yeah. Do you watch?
Yeah, we've got laptop.
Mhm.
What's the name of the show that we love to watch?
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone. Have you watched that? I mean,
No.
you
Yeah.
you like Yellowstone? It's not the park though. It's
That's all I
It's a
know is the
show.
park.
it's a lot of
no.
killing and stuff.
All right. Well, Doris, I'm going to relieve you of him. And
Yes.
so, because
Doris,
I can
thank you so
tell
much.
Yeah, I
It's
can only
really-
do it for so long.
it's so painful. I know. You
It's
really
okay for a while.
It's okay, but he's a little bit much. And believe me, I get it. I can feel your pain from here.
Doris,
So
thank you so much. Good
thank
luck
you
with the
so much
exhibit.
for coming
We
on.
can't wait to have you back now that you know
I
what the
can't wait
show's
to have
about.
you back, and
Okay.
we'll make it a day when he can't come. Okay?
Well,
Or was it
It's
okay?
okay.
All
Did
right.
you have a halfway good time or
I can handle it for a while.
thank you.
Well, here you go. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. Make sure you check out the exhibit at the Fort Myers Beach Library, which is that castle that's about a mile down the block on the left-hand side. It's to the by the entrance of Bay Oaks, and it's a super spectacular facility, and we want you to go check it out. And thank you so much for coming on, Doris. I need to tell everybody about the Farmers Market at the Beach Baptist Church. It's every Wednesday and Friday going on now through May 27th. It's 130 Connecticut Street. They also have a everybody's looking at me. Maybe I'm yelling a little too loud. Sorry if I'm yelling. They also have a farmers market at the Santini Plaza, and they have a farmers market now also at the Gulf Coast Town Center. Are you looking for this? Dear, are you looking for that? Yes. So we want to thank Linda for being a sponsor for such a long time. They have Cubana Cafe. They have Daily Delicacies, Squeezers, Love Muffins, Suncoast Coffee. They have everything going on there at the Farmers Market, which is at the Beach Baptist Church every Wednesday and Friday right through May 27th. Yeah, May 27th. So check them out when you can. We love the Beach Baptist. We also want to introduce you to our newest sponsor. You might have seen it yesterday in the newsletter. And we hope you all sign up for the newsletter by going to beachtalkradionews.com. And you'll see a big green box pop up. And all you need to do is put your email address in there. We're not going to spam you. We're not going to send you anything crazy. We're just going to send you a newsletter on Tuesday and Friday with all the beach news. We've got mostly Fort Myers Beach news. We have some Sanibel news because we love the people at Crow, and we love the people at SCCF, and they always have cool stuff going on over there. And sometimes there's some government stuff over there too, but it's mostly Fort Myers Beach stuff. And on Friday, which was yesterday, we had a story about a brand new business, Island Carts FMB. It's golf carts. So if you don't want to drive in your car and you don't want to hassle with the 359 gallon Biden gas, you can get yourself a golf cart, and you can go to islandcartsfmb.com right now and check them out. It's a brand new golf cart business. They have all electric vehicles. It's one-day rental, a 4-seater for $200, 2 days $250, 6 days $650. They also have 6-seaters for $250 for a one-day rental, and 2 days is $350. But if you go on the website, you can see all the pricing because it goes even longer than that if you need a golf cart. You can go up and down the side streets, check out Fort Myers Beach, and you must follow all the rules. They also are Bluetooth ready for you. So if you want to plug in your phone so you can listen to our brand new music station, Beach Talk Radio, you can do that, or you can listen to anything that you want to. So stop on into their website, which is islandcartsfmb.com. We thank them for being our newest sponsor. Folks, don't forget tonight is the bike parade. Been saying boat parade because the boat parade was spectacular, but they have a bike parade coming up tonight. It's, sponsored by Dan Allers for the most part. He's thinking maybe in future years you might want to do make it like a fundraising thing, but right now it's just a fun thing
Just
where
a fun
people.
thing.
Well, boy, today's we'll get back to the bike parade in a second, but today's show, I could have sat home today and let you just take over if you knew how to run things. If you know how to start the computer.
Those were
Yeah.
two things right up my alley,
Right.
and both of those women I just had so much in common with. So
Yeah.
it was really. I will thank you for setting that up.
Yes,
That
Doris
really,
was
really
a lot
good.
of fun. The barefoot
Debbie was
thing
good.
just
I knew
is
that was
awesome.
gonna- yeah.
And the being out on the boat, living the life on the boat, and doing the loom. I love to loom in my spare time.
It's weaving.
It's I thought she said she had a loom.
She weaves on a loom.
I see.
The loom is the apparatus.
Isn't
the
that something?
action is weaving.
Isn't that something like you would
weaver.
see on Little House on the Prairie kind of thing?
Oh, thank you so much.
Great show today,
Steve.
Kim. Oh,
Thank
he's
you.
such a butt kisser, that Steve
No,
guy.
he has really good taste.
Yeah. So 2 great guests, and I had no idea that there was a wolf sanctuary in Naples, and I can't recall where I saw that, but it was cool because you see a wolf like that on the screen, and you're like, wow, that thing looks just like a husky. It looks just like it looks just like a dog.
Dogs, as she corrected you numerous times.
Right.
Wolf dogs. But did you see any of the videos? Because when you see that little prairie dog, it's so cute.
All animals
cute.
are so cute.
Well, I'm
Right.
not, no. I don't, gators are not cute.
No,
I mean, they're
that's right. Or pythons, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
So what I learned
they're
today
impressive
was
looking, but cute probably
that
isn't.
the animals are being chased from Yellowstone Park. I didn't know that. Like they're
the
Yellowstone
poor
Park
wolves
is-
have had an issue there, back and forth.
Yeah.
But they don't know. Yeah, they don't recognize where the boundaries are. So they
and then
just
once
go
they're
wherever.
out, there seems to be snipers just waiting for them to take them out.
Not snipers, but there are ranchers that are trying to protect their
livestock.
livelihood,
Yeah.
and I get that. But
So anyway, back to the bike. By the way, folks, if you
all right, let's wrap it up.
Oh, I see. Now that your fun part is over, I can't
I don't
say
wanna
anything.
talk about
You didn't
your
even read your
stuff.
damn ad,
I
by the
know.
way. So we're going to have to give them a free week because you didn't read your ad.
I love those guys.
By the way-
please go and see the Tiki Tour, folks.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing
All
to do.
right.
It's so much
We're
fun.
giving them a
It's
freebie,
just
so
90
stop. So
minutes
stop.
of your time, and it will just rejuvenate you.
All right.
You will feel like you've been on a vacation. So give them a call. They're over at Salty Sam's.
Just so everybody knows, you can go to your app store right now, whether it's Apple or Google, and download our new app. It's just Beach Talk Radio. When you search that, you download it. The minute that you download it, the only thing you're going to get is the basics, the stories, the main stories about the beach, and on the bottom of the app will automatically appear a play button, which is going to be the music station that we're starting on January. You can listen to it now because we're kind of in beta, as they would say in Silicon Valley. We're testing it out
Okay.
to see how it sounds and to get rid of some songs, to add some songs.
We're
and
going to edit it down, trim it down.
But
How are
so
you?
your input would be great if you wanted to listen to it and say, okay, that song needs to go. Like we're debating Willie Nelson. I think Willie Nelson
just
needs
that
to
one,
stay.
not completely, just that one song. I can't remember.
He doesn't
what it
have too
was.
many songs that are worthy
Lots of
of
good
adding,
songs.
but the one that we have in there, maybe that needs to go. So if you want to listen to it, you can listen to that now. And then tonight we're going to try and broadcast the bike parade live on Facebook from the GoPro on the helmet. So that'll start at 6:00. Other than that, we are not going to have a show for the next 2 weeks on Saturday because Christmas and New Year's Day fall on Saturday for the first time since we started doing the show. We are going to be next door on New Year's Eve at Margarita's for the dolphin drop. They're doing a dolphin drop next door. Don't worry, we're not on the air or anything.
I
Just
don't
walk
think
right in
that
front of the camera.
It was supposed to be a surprise.
Was it? No, I ran a story about it yesterday. No,
Oh.
it's a
Well,
maybe it was supposed to be a surprise and I ran the story. There's a surprise. It's not going to be a ball drop tomorrow. We'll just edit out the last 5 seconds or 10 seconds. But so
you are horrible.
you
with
come
that
down to the
stuff.
beach. The town puts on a spectacular fireworks event, which will be around midnight, when it turns to 2023 next year. And so,
2022.
or 2022 next year. So what we want you to do is come to Times Square, get here early, find a parking place, watch the fireworks, watch the blank drop next door, or you can watch it on Facebook from wherever you are. So There you go. That'll be next 2 Fridays from yesterday. I think we're off next weekend then.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What'd you get me for
Weird.
Christmas?
I'm not going to tell you, but you're going to like it.
Oh, good.
You're gonna
Finally.
really
After
like
27 years of
Yep.
marriage, you got me a
You
good
really
gift.
like it. I got you something good.
All right, you're dismissed.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Go mingle with the crowd if you want to. And I want to say goodbye to everybody. Don't worry, dear. I'm not going to be on here long. Oh,
Good
we got
luck,
somebody
everybody.
gave us a
Good
gift.
luck,
Look at that.
everybody.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our guests for today. Thank you to everybody for sponsoring the show, all our great sponsors. To Pete's Time Out, we want to wish you all a Merry Christmas if Christmas is your thing. And we'll be back 2 weeks from yesterday. So bye-bye.